Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Lost and Found, a space where we go beyond achievements and uncover the stories of what truly shape a person. Our guest today is someone who has inspired thousands through his incredible journey in calisthenics and bodyweight training. Known to many as Super Kinnor, Kinnor Boruah has built a reputation for doing what most people believe is impossible. But behind every muscle up, every handstand, and every milestone is a story of discipline, setbacks, self belief, and resilience. Today, we're not just talking about fitness, we're talking about the mindset it takes to keep showing up when no one is watching. We'll explore the struggles, the moments of self doubt, the pressure of social media, breaking stereotypes, and what it truly means to become stronger, inside and out. Because every journey has moments where we lose confidence, lose direction, or lose the person we once were, only to discover something even more powerful. So, let's begin. So, Kinnor, thank you for joining us. We are so excited to have you on Lost and Found.
Thank you so much, Taranna, and for this kind welcome and for inviting me to your show, Lost and Found. I'm super excited to have this conversation, which generally we don't speak about. But yeah, today I'm completely ready to talk about like something beyond just fitness, about the mental aspect of what goes behind it.
Everyone sees a success, but very few people know the story behind it.
Yeah.
What's something people don't know about you?
Well, I think people see the best part of me most of the time, and be it on social media or be it in real life, most people only see the surface level. They see tip of the iceberg, but I feel there's so much more to it. The things that go behind it, the failures, the self doubts that I have to face, the challenges which comes along with doing anything, right? Firstly, it's about making up your mind, and secondly, handling criticism and handling other people's expectations. There's so much. I think people don't see that part. Happy to be kind of sharing about these kind of stories, which will hopefully kind of inspire other people. Because of facing these struggles, you become more better. Right? And you become more resilient in the decision making in the future.
In India, the number of people who actually take active interest in fitness, forget making a career in it, are hardly 5% or even lesser. So, is there a specific moment or person that triggered your interest in bodyweight training and calisthenics?
Oh, yeah, that's like a good question. And I feel, yes, there was a specific time, if I have to think about it now. When I was a kid, it was like there was this neighborhood kid who was bigger, stronger than me, and who kind of always used to pick on me. And I wanted to kind of stand up for myself at that moment. And I felt that I'm not ready because of not being strong enough, because of self doubt, because of not being confident of who I was probably. And that's when I used to see and be like, very inspired by other people moving. And I realized that this is what I need to do to build my self confidence, to become more stronger, and to stand up for what I believe in. And that's how I think that decision turned into something that I'm passionate, and now I'm into the profession as well.
Is there someone you were inspired by?
Many actually. I can't say that there was only specific person. Growing up, seeing so many, martial art movies, so many actors, Indian cinema, global cinema, and as like a kid in my family also, people were interested in like physical activity or just adventure. But I was just inspired with small movements, small curious things that
Like all boys are.
yeah, like all boys, I want to play around this, that, but I always wanted to achieve something more and keep pushing my limits. And then slowly, I got kind of more involved with bodyweight training and calisthenics.
And what was your breakthrough moment in your early days, in your early struggling days? What was your breakthrough moment?
the biggest struggle was like that realizing that you can't achieve things overnight, right? When I started, I was like, okay, I'm getting this. Couple of days, you might get a few things also overnight, or, this is the first time you try. But realize that some things definitely takes more time. And what I built through that was just more than muscles was my patience, my mental strength to be consistent with something and see through the whole process and not get impatient in that whole journey. That was the breakthrough understanding that, okay, I might not get things today, but if I work on it for like, a week or two or three, I will get it. And that's how I kind of structure it and program it. And that was the biggest breakthrough, I feel, not rushing the process, just enjoying the process.
Was there a phase when you completely lost yourself, your confidence, purpose, or direction? And what happened?
Well, yes. When like I was finishing my, higher secondary studies and moving into college, I was moving into complete different city. And being a single child, I was like facing a lot of challenges being alone for the first time away from my family and handling your day to day life along with your college, your studies was pretty overwhelming in a new city without any friends. And to do it for the first time, especially, and I'm sure that's what everyone else listening to this also might have gone through or will go through at some point in their life. And me going through that point, I was very low. I had to refine myself, refine the things that I'm used to, my schedule, my everything. So I had a gap of like a year or two with my workout, my schedule, getting into used to the new lifestyle. So that moment was a really tough phase, and I had to kind of stick through it. And finally, I'm like, super happy that I could overcome through it. And workout has been like a big aspect of it, or just like bodyweight training has been a big help in that aspect to help me come out of that phase.
I mean, everyone gets lost during college times, and
Correct.
many people never really find themselves or find what they're made for.
True.
And I'm glad you did.
Yep.
Did you start training to change how you looked or change how you felt inside?
Well, actually, if I have to think about it now, definitely I would say I wanted to change how I felt back then. But there were some aspects of being looking good as well, and that is very natural for all of us to feel at times. But the biggest, I think the biggest reason was to kind of change the way I felt. I didn't feel strong enough. I started self-doubting myself. I wanted to build that confidence. Working out and moving my body somehow just made more sense and made me more happier. Even if I was not hitting the gym, I went out for a walk, just climbed down the stairs and walking up the stairs or moving around, running around, doing my things. So when I'm really focused on, like, for example, when I'm working out, it kind of helps me like, focus and zone out. So all my fears and all my anxieties kind of, have no space anymore in my brain. So that's like a meditation and a break for myself.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win, yeah.
So, what was the first calisthenics movement that felt
Yeah.
impossible? How long did it take before you finally mastered it?
Oh, so that's a pretty tough one. But yeah, so many calisthenic movements are tough, and there are so many basic movements also taking so much long time. But I feel the toughest for me, or the biggest challenge initially, the first one was like the handstand hold. I could just hold up the handstand or get up on the handstand, but holding it and controlling your body while being inverted on your hands was like a tough one. It took me a year at least to get a good hold of it. But again, mastering is lifelong journey. So I still feel that I have so much to master. But yes, so that was my first calisthenics skill, which was like the toughest, and it felt really impossible. It was like, I sometimes felt that, okay, maybe this is not for me because I don't have the environment. I don't have the facilities. I don't have the guidance back when I started. So it almost felt like impossible, and I almost gave up.
It's quite something, and it's something that we all want to try.
Yeah.
But again, that consistency to keep going and actually achieving it
Yeah.
is something that most of us never really see to the end.
Yeah. Just don't have the biggest goal. Just have the smallest goal and see yourself uh, passing each small goal, and that takes you to the bigger goal.
My next question is, when your body is screaming stop, what do you tell yourself to keep going?
Body screams stop a lot of time, and that is exactly the moment what I say to myself is that, see, to be the future version of who I want to become, that is the test, the universe has put me in, and I need to pass that test. Because to become the version that I want to become, I have to cross or sacrifice the version that I am today. So I need to neglect that voice in my head, which is saying stop to me, and just create another voice in my head which kind of keeps pushing me to do what
But
I'm
then I
supposed
think
to
that
do.
can also cause an injury, right?
Yes, it can. And there's a
So
very thin line.
how do you know
There's a
about the
very
thin
thin line.
line? Yeah.
There's a very thin line. Sometimes you don't, I'll be honest. Sometimes your emotions take over. Like, even when you're doing it physically, a lot of mental aspect goes into it. So there's a thin line, and you only know it through experience, right? And being able to connect with your body so well that okay, I'm here, and beyond this is where injury is, and this is where growth is. You need to know, you need to respect also and understand where you are and where you stand at that moment. Like, if you know that you're not ready for it and if you keep pushing for it, that's not a smart decision. So that's why I always am following like more structured workouts. There are levels to each so that you exactly know that this is my level. I need to push in this level, not something beyond this, because that'll again not lead to growth. That'll lead to injury,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's not what we're looking for.
And on lazy days, how do you know the difference between your body genuinely needing rest
Yeah.
and your mind simply making excuses?
I feel most of the time the mind is full of excuses. But the trick that I use for myself is I just show up, focus on my warm up, which is very basic. And once I'm done with my warm up, sometimes I'm really channelized with my energy throughout the body that I know that I'm going to be having the best workout of my day or whatever, right? But sometimes even after a good warm up, I still feel that, I'm not feeling the best. So I respect my body that day and I'm like, okay, today I don't want to be pushing 100%, but I'm going to be do whatever I can and 100% of that day.
The bare minimum.
Yeah, the bare minimum, whatever I'm feeling that day, I give that 100% on that day. Might not be my best 100%, but whatever I'm feeling, I just respect, or sometimes I call it a day also. You need to understand that consistency is what will lead, not like one time that you give it all in one day itself. That should not be the approach.
This is in relation to the mind. So, has calisthenics in controlling your own body instead of lifting weights taught you how to control your own mind and emotions?
Oh, yes. I think controlling your body without controlling your mind and emotions can't go, these things go hand in hand. They can't go separate, right? I mean, everything that we do is made up to the decision of our mind. So without the mental strength and handling your emotions, you can't get what you want. Like, when, for example, doing a pull up, you need to be utterly focused on the bar that you're gripping, where you're heading, or doing a muscle up, right? Where you're going, how you're gripping the bar, where your body positioning is. You need to be super focused, super concentrated for that span of time. And no matter what your emotions are, you need to basically manage those emotions at that moment. Because like any other person, even I'm going through a lot of emotions at that time. But I feel if you manage it right and channelize those emotions into your body weight training or whatever workout you're doing, that gives the best result.
They say that like walking helps you channelize difficult emotions, like when you're angry or when you're crying, when you walk a little, it helps with your anxiety, with your anger. So
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Right? Just making a move in your body, because we're made to move, right? So maybe it's a walk that you're taking, maybe it's a run that you're going for, maybe you're just working out to sweat it out. But if you handle your emotions in that way, you feel far more better. And it's pretty scientific. I mean, the hormones that you release post the workout is actually what kind of keeps you happy and helps you stay stronger and fitter mentally, most importantly. and that reflects in the physical state as well.
And considering it's the age of Instagram,
Mhm.
have you ever compared yourself to other fitness creators out there?
Uh, well, I mean, I've not ever compared, but I've definitely been inspired by so many fitness creators worldwide and in India as well. And back when I started, I didn't see much of Instagram, so I was pretty busy building my own self without any noise of social media or without needing the validation of likes or views back then. So I think I was lucky or unlucky in both ways, you can say, but I just do what I love. And, if that changes people or if I can inspire one person also through what I do, and that's something that I can sleep well with, I think that's a bonus for me.
You come from Assam,
Yep.
and there are so many stereotypes about Northeastern communities. Have you faced those? And how does it feel to completely shatter those expectations through extreme physical strength?
Yes, I have definitely heard of these stereotypes, and I don't think I've come across any of them, thankfully. And I've been blessed to have been meeting the most loveliest people all around that I've been going. And people actually, I think, treat me with respect and appreciation. And I feel like I have a good connect with people and never face this kind of stereotyping. But yes, I have heard about them, and I feel something that should not happen. I'm glad to be kind of being able to shatter some things, but that was not the whole idea, to be honest. But I'm not like here to kind of break any stereotypes. I feel every community has some kind of stereotyping, and it's just natural for people to think about my community also the similar way. But I feel if you have the right principles, the right mindset and discipline, no matter what community you are from, nothing can stop you from achieving your goals.
What's the biggest lie the fitness industry sells people about getting a six pack or looking fit?
I know people might not be happy about what I say, but the biggest lie that the fitness community or the industry sells uh, is shortcuts, right? Like you're just like one workout away from becoming something. You're like one supplement away or one drink away from looking or behaving or feeling like this. You're just one thing away type things. I think those are very temporary and, not very long lasting things. If you are actually looking for the real results, it's not about like one time thing. It's about many times and doing it and finding yourself in that process and enjoying the process, which is the most important part. So that's the biggest lie, right? And I've been victimized of that, and so many, I'm sure people have. If you're thinking about it like at a one time, then I don't think that's gonna work. Then that's the biggest lie.
Can one be overweight or underweight and still be fit?
See, they can be from some aspects, right? I mean, we like to kind of divide into like five components. So there's one thing like your heart health, your cardiovascular health, which is the number one. And if that's healthy, you're fit, I would say. Right? It doesn't matter you're thin, you're overweight, or you're mediocre, you have, or muscles or not, doesn't matter. Your heart is good, you're good to go. Second is like, do you have like some muscular strength? Do you have the ability to stand up or, get up or move or take a step, push yourself up from the floor once you fall down or something? That's the muscular strength part. So that also doesn't require you to look a certain way. So muscular endurance is another aspect of fitness component, which I have these five I was telling you, like cardiovascular, muscular strength, muscular endurance, mobility, right? Or flexibility. And last but not the least is where this looking a certain way comes, and which is the BCA, or like the body composition analysis, right? In the sense, what is the measurement of fats or body tissues that you have extra in your physique, or how much muscle mass you have. And there are two types of fat, right? Which is one is under your skin
Visceral.
and one another visceral. So it's mostly the visceral fat which has like medical risks involved.
But
So
I just feel like the ideal things or what we
mhm.
are supposed to be like the muscle mass.
Correct.
is something that we all keep dreaming about.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to, like, that's why I wanted to ask that
Yeah.
most people never really reach there.
Correct.
So can one just hope to eat well, work out well, and just breathe easy?
Absolutely. I think anyone can be fit. Being fit is super simple and super easy. People have been making it very complicated, what I see nowadays. And that is the biggest mistake. First, you need to understand it's very simple and it's available for all of us at no cost. You just need to make sure you're eating well, you're sleeping well, you're following a routine, a schedule into your life, you're moving the ways you're supposed to move. And these simple choices, you can be eating something like, I'm not saying become very strict about it, but yeah, you can go off board, but don't forget to come on board, right? Is the most important part that people miss out. That, okay, I've gotten off board, I'm going to keep going off board, is what I've seen most people take an approach, which is not right. I feel like, they can make it better. That's okay. That 1 week you didn't follow the plan or you didn't eat the right things. You get back on the second week and focus on eating well, whatever makes you happy. Doesn't matter how you look, as long as you're feeling well. Because mental health is more important than physical health, which I have definitely.
That's an important point.
Yeah.
Thank you for that reassurance and those precious words. I want to know that if everything you build disappeared tomorrow, your achievements, your followers, and recognition, who would you still be?
Okay, so I think whatever I've achieved, I don't know what I've achieved, but definitely something I have, right, over the years of being into this industry, being in this part of this community. I've contributed a lot to this community as well. And if I had to lose it again, I think I'm just going to be the simple version of me doing the same things and rebuilding myself from scratch, because that's what I have done it already. I started without any idea about this industry, without any backup, without any godfather. So if I happen to lose it, since I've already done it, I think I don't mind doing it again and taking that journey.
So you will do it all over again?
I'll do it all over again.
You will not choose another profession?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Because I feel I was like born for this. My purpose was this. As a kid also, I've always grown up, thinking about how human body is capable of doing things, which can be pretty amazing actually.
Yeah. So this is a question that many of our audience would really resonate with.
Okay.
Many people sleep late, wake up tired, maybe eat too much, and skip their workout. It's something that we all complain about. What do you do on those days to wake up feeling energized enough to train?
I have definitely faced these days, and so many people, you're so right that people definitely go through this. A lot of my students tell me about this. I have faced it myself. So how I like to approach this is like, you just start small. Whatever happened the previous night, you slept late or you didn't eat well, that was like the past tense. Like, you can't change your past. You can't predict your future. So the only thing that you have control over is your present. So as soon as I wake up, I start back with my small day-to-day habits, right? My routine, and start taking a small step. Doesn't matter how small it is, just going down to collect my groceries or going down to check up on things, of, just taking a walk and moving around and having a glass of water, offering a glass of water to someone else also in the house, actually just brightens up my mood. And being of service to someone, being of help to someone, these kind of thoughts actually help me make a move, and that one step becomes multiple steps. And as soon as I'm like done with multiple steps, I'm like past over the things that were stopping me, and I feel like there's no fixed time that I need to stick to this routine for sure. But I just try to have a structure and see if I can at least hit 90% of that.
Looking back, what have you lost that you're grateful to have lost? And what have you found that you hope you will never lose?
Okay. So looking back, I say that I have lost the previous version of me, which was full of fear, full of self-doubt, anxiety of how I'll be able to do things, whether I'll be looking great, whether I'll be able to do it perfectly or not. I'm not be able to do it perfectly. is something that I've lost and I'm super glad about. And losing all those fears, obviously, I think that is the biggest thing that I've lost. And something that I've found is the kind of courage to keep moving on. And I found this version of myself where, I just focus on the journey ahead and not look back and trying to kind of make a better version of myself every day and helping others do the same as well, which is the part I enjoy the most.
Finally, before we move on to the rapid fire,
Okay.
I would like to ask you, what message would you leave to someone who's feeling really lost today?
This is the point. First of all, don't be stressed out. This is the point that if you have ever lost yourself or if you are lost at the moment, this is the moment that your actual journey starts. So I feel being lost is a challenge for sure, but it's also an opportunity in disguise, right? In the way that being lost helps you find out a new version of yourself. Being lost just means like taking a new step and creating a new identity of yourself. So I think being lost is the right place you are if you are today. And do not lose your hopes. Just believe in yourself and keep walking in the direction that you definitely want to go ahead in.
The rapid fire.
Oh wow, amazing.
Yeah. One word that defines courage.
Audacity.
A habit that changed your life.
Waking up early in the morning.
A book everyone should read.
Atomic Habits, James Clear.
What is something you've recently unlearned?
Well, I've unlearned my insecurities, to doubt myself.
One misconception people have about you.
People think I'm super lucky. I just get things done just by how it is. So that's one misconception I feel.
Happiness or peace?
Peace for sure.
Mountains or rivers?
Rivers.
One Assamese value you wish more people embrace?
Hospitality of Assamese people, that we are so welcoming all the time and we love to host people around and guests in our house. So almost everyone's welcome. So I love that part.
Kinnor, thank you so much for sharing your story so openly with us.
Thank you so much, Taranna, for inviting me to this amazing show, and I wish you more success. And I hope that people can kind of take away something from this show. And I had a great time.
Today's conversation reminded us that real strength isn't measured by the number of reps you can do or the followers you have. It is measured by the courage to keep going, the humility to keep learning, and the discipline to keep showing up even when no one is watching. Your journey is proof that success isn't built in a day. It's built through countless small decisions, consistency, and the willingness to embrace every challenge along the way. To everyone listening, we hope this episode inspires you to take that first step, whether it's towards better health, greater confidence, or becoming the strongest version of yourself. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow Lost and Found, share it with someone who could use a little inspiration today, and let us know your biggest takeaway. I'm Taranna, and this has been episode 3 of Lost and Found. Until next time, remember, sometimes what you lose becomes the very reason you find the person you were always meant to be. Thank you.